Welcome back to COVID-19. Franchise Leaders Respond. I'm your host, Red Boswell, president of IFPG. We are joined today by our good friend, Michael Haith. Michael's the CEO and founder of Teriyaki Madness. This is a restaurant franchise, guys. So if any industry's been hit hard, it's them. Let's hear from Michael on what he's doing and their organization is doing through this crisis. Welcome to the call today, Michael.
Thanks. So gosh, what are we doing?
Well, you know what?
Suddenly
Let me interrupt you. How are you doing first, you and your family? I know you've had some serious health issues recently. Let's hit me with that first.
Yeah, wow. On March 8th, I went in for a stress test, and they told me I needed a triple bypass. So I was on the operating table within 18 hours. Came out of it a couple days later. I felt like Rick Grimes on Walking Dead because all around me, the world had kind of fallen apart with coronavirus and the stock market crashing. And my team at Teriyaki Madness had made the adjustments necessary for the new world order. Kind of woke up and the team was running kind of a different company all of a sudden. So thank you for asking. My health is great. It was exactly a month ago today. I really do feel great. But it's gosh, we're all kind of looking around and saying, wow, what happened and what's going to happen? And I think that's not unique to us.
Amen. Well, Teriyaki, Matt, you led some other franchise organizations and took them from nothing to huge status, and you're doing the same with Teriyaki Madness through this crisis. You've been through some other crises in your day in franchising. Help us understand how Teriyaki Madness is faring through it all.
Yeah, had some experience with the recession. What was that, 10, 12 years ago. We learned that franchise development and sales can just come to a dead stop, that customers no longer visit our franchise locations. Those create some challenges. This is not a whole lot different. The nice thing about Teriyaki Madness is I've got a really amazing team that for the last 2 or 3 years has been putting together our apps and our technology and our third-party delivery and our carry-out and our curbside delivery and all of that, just as kind of a matter of course. The restaurant industry has been evolving and transitioning over the last 3 years, more than I've ever seen the restaurant industry transition. So I think that the folks and the brands who have kind of been paying attention and preparing for sales outside the four walls. Those are folks who don't come in and dine in and are focusing more on fast casual and even quick service. We're well positioned for all of this. We took a hit. There's no question. All of our dining rooms are closed across the country. We've got about 70 shops open. We've got about 10 ready to open as soon as everything clears up. But our franchisees have been able to take all of the tools that they've been given to serve customers outside the four walls, and they're doing okay. We're down about 34%, but over the last week or so, we've seen sales really climb. We're very, very encouraged. The franchisees have been working hard.
So do any of your shops have drive-through at all, or are you bringing it out to them? How are they doing business today?
We've got a couple with drive-through. We prefer to think of them as pickup. It takes us 6-7 minutes to put the food together because we cook everything customized and fresh for every customer. But we actually have an initiative helping franchisees set up kind of transitory drive-through, some cones and setting up a menu. They've got truckers coming through who don't need to get out of their truck, and they run up there, they take the order, they run it in, they fix it up, and they run it back out to the truck. I think the franchisees appreciate the opportunity to expend some energy in finding solutions with the help of the franchisor, and our customers really appreciate the extra effort in having that social distance.
Well, Michael, you and I spoke a week or so, maybe two ago, and I asked you before this video, how is it going? We started talking about things, and I said, so what are you doing royalty wise? Are you waiving royalties? Or are you taking half royalties? And you said something that I have shared dozens of times since then, because I loved your message of why you're doing what you're doing. Share that with us today regarding how you're treating royalties with your franchisees during this time.
Yeah, we're not a giant company that makes an enormous amount of money on royalties. What we do and the phase that we're in is the money that we collect from the franchisees and royalties is directly invested back into the team and programs that are going to go ahead and help the franchisees. In a good, strong franchisor, everyone has to play their role. I've got an executive team of 6. I've got a team of 35 people who are all working every single day to develop new programs like that transitory drive-through, or how do we do curbside recognition of cars driving up, or we've got another program that I want to talk about in a minute. But our team takes those royalties and we serve our role in the franchise community of providing services that individuals can't get on their own. We do extensive technology for apps or third-party delivery or marketing programs. So we take those royalty monies, we invest them back so there's an ROI for the franchisees where that money that comes to us comes back to them in increased revenues and profitability.
Well, and that's absolutely right. Amen to that. And that's good times and bad. That's what it's there for. And man, what you tattooed on my head was they need us more than ever. The franchisees are scared. They're struggling in many cases and in many ways. They need me. They need my team more than ever. Red, why in the world would I reduce royalties at a time they need us more than ever? And our royalties are already significantly reduced to the corporate team to support them. So we are going full steam ahead, just like IFPG staff is here. We're putting in extra hours to make sure no ZOR is left behind. In your case, no Z is left behind, to take care of them at a level they need us more than ever. I love that.
Yeah, if they stop paying royalties, we can't provide the services. We've had hours and hours and hours of conversation, collaborating with the franchisees and talking this through. The community understands it. They're agreeing with it. And as of today, at least, we don't know how it's going to be in a month or two, but we all agree that we're all serving our role and there's a big value add from the franchisor.
I thought it was interesting too, your comments regarding validations. I asked you, I said, boy, I bet it's hard to sell now a restaurant with the, validation's got to be going down. And you're like, Red, they are the best ever because they see that we care. They see we're putting in the hours. They see that we're bending over backwards, supporting them and helping them not necessarily thrive, but rather survive in a time when many are not even surviving.
This is a little tip for some other franchisors. One of the best things we're doing is we're collecting videos from our franchisees who talk about their struggles, who talk about their ideas, who talk about the energy so they can support each other. And we send that out every single day, some kind of testimonial, some kind of vignette from our suppliers, from the staff, from the other franchisees, because in this day and age, that community and that mutual support is all important.
Mm. I can't imagine being a mom and pop right now, a small business owner without the support of a ZOR like you, the camaraderie and the team and the best practices of the franchisees around them. It's definitely a time for franchising to shine, and a time now more than ever why someone would want to be a franchisee in the first place. I appreciate your leadership, Michael. So what about that technology? Or and actually, any technology you can share that might be of benefit to the franchisors would be helpful, but also share with us what else you had in mind.
Well, the technology, gosh, if brands haven't focused on um, apps and making life easier as far as labor or being able to do just be able to run more of an efficient company. Technology, I don't care what the brand is, I don't care what the business model is. Technology serves a purpose in franchisees being more profitable. Can they connect more deeply with their customers and the community. Um, the specific technology, and I'll throw out some names. We work with Olo, which is a platform, Olo and Punch, a platform for loyalty and gift cards and third-party delivery, and really being able to be as seamless as we possibly can in helping our customers. How can we be a good steward to our customers and make it easy for them to be able to be customers? That's an expensive proposition to be able to put all of that stuff in, but it's almost mandatory at this stage to be able to go ahead and have a sophisticated platform for your franchisees. That's our technology, and that's just one aspect of our technology. I'm going to share one of the programs that we very consciously developed over the last few weeks. When there's a crisis and a community needs to rally around a flag, there's got to be a program that everyone feels good about. We've created a pay it forward program where a customer can call, they can do a donation to a healthcare facility, a fire station, first responders, hotels, whatever, and we'll match that. We'll match what they would like to go ahead and provide to the nurses or the doctors. Our franchisees love this program. The fact that it's community-based, we really can help society. We can help these people on the front lines. It's not some kind of marketing ploy, which oftentimes I feel community support is based around. This is something that all of us at Teriyaki Madness feel really great about. Something that we all believe in, we know is necessary. And how many of us are sitting around watching the news and saying, oh my God, how can I help these people? You know what? Buying them a hot, healthy dinner that can be delivered right to the hospital, and they can just take a few minutes and kind of re-energize and have something delicious that they know is good for them, has warmed the entire community's heart. I've got to say, I would implore franchisors to find their own little flag that the community can rally around. It's done an incredible amount to build morale within Teriyaki Madness.
So help us understand a little more details on this, Michael. How do the franchisees get this message out to the community, and who is we? You say we are matching it. Is it the ZOR, the Z, the both? Help us understand.
Yeah, PR. We've invested a lot of PR. We're investing a lot of money into social media. Our normal way of getting the word out. The television stations and the local media are really, they're looking for positive news. They're looking for things to be talking about. The customer will spend, to give you exact numbers, customers will spend $75 on what typically is a $150 box. The franchisee matches 25%. The franchisor matches 25%. And there's enough profit built into it where the franchisee, makes it's profitable on every transaction. So we're supporting the actual restaurant. They're making money. They're keeping their employees busy. They're doing community outreach. We're essentially providing fiscal stimulus to our franchisees, and the community and our customers are loving the ability to go ahead and feel like they're helping.
So that is outstanding. I missed the part about it's actually y'all's food. I was thinking that people donate money and somebody else, you and your team donate money and then you give it. No, you are doing what you're best at. You're using your economies of scale. You're able to buy it much cheaper than anyone else would anyway, and you're actually reducing the price, taking some donations. Everybody's taking part, and then you're being a blessing to the front line.
Yeah, we're setting up teriyaki bars. We're setting up our food, and it's excuse me, to be a little selfish, we're going ahead and we're exposing all kinds of new people to our food and our brand.
Yes, you are, and being a major blessing in the meantime. Michael, any other advice that you can share for franchisors trying to navigate this crazy time?
Gosh, I go back to my recession experience. I guess that's the benefit of being older. I think they call it wisdom. Is this too shall pass? Um, Conserve every dollar you possibly can. Be really sensitive to your franchisees on a case by case basis. They all have different anxieties, they all have different fears. A lot of them will see the opportunity. There's a large group of the Teriyaki Madness community that sees the opportunity in real estate coming out of this in the next few months. They see the opportunity for funding and available labor and available contractors and the opportunity to expand. It's the old Warren Buffett type thing, is when people are scared, that's when you need to be brave. And it's very satisfying to see a significant amount of our franchisees that get that. They understand that now's the time to start preparing to expand over the next 6 to 9 months. And as we come out of this, even if you bought a Teriyaki Madness today, it takes 6 to 9 months to build one and get it up out of the ground and to be able to open it and be fully staffed. If for the franchisees and the candidates who are thinking about going into franchising can see that far ahead versus today, then they are going to get paid off in spades as a really solid, smart investment.
Michael, and I brushed over one. Thank you for that wisdom. Very well said. What about franchise development for Teriyaki Madness? You got two pieces. You had the folks that are in process, going through your discovery process. How have they reacted to this time? And then how is your new pipeline of candidates? I realize you're not focusing on that, but certainly they're coming in. What do each piece of that look like, current and new?
Yeah, good question. Our pipeline, there's really there's become a bifurcation between two types of candidates. Those who are maybe thinking a little smaller, hey, I've always wanted to go into a restaurant, or I've always wanted to go into business. They're taking a pause, and I don't blame them. The other side are the folks who can see the future, maybe have some business experience, who see that this is an opportunity like none other if they can look 6 to 9 months ahead. The folks in the pipeline who get that, they've got other businesses, they're moving forward. We've added a couple franchisees in the last week or two, which for some folks that's really surprising. For us, we get it, they get it. And then our new pipeline, we're pulling back a little bit. There's no question. We aren't throwing as wide a net. Our lead flow is down by about 40%. But the beauty is the quality of the folks coming in the door are fantastic. They are the ones who see now's the time to take advantage of the opportunities 6 to 9 months down the road. And it's very satisfying to work with people like that who do get it.
I couldn't agree more. I've been impressed and encouraged. We're doing a lot of webinars for our consultants, and I had one on this just 2 days ago. And one of the consultants, I was having more of the seasoned advisors that have gone through this in the past or similar, situations. And one of them, just off the cuff, as she's sharing some best practices and what she's doing, she's like, "In the last couple of days, I've closed 3 deals." And I went, "Wait a minute, what did you just say?" And she said, "Yeah, well, in the last couple days, I've closed 3 deals." And that was encouraging. And then there was 4 of them on the call. 2 others spoke up that they had also closed at least 1 deal in the last week. And this is this week in the middle of hopefully the height of the epidemic, the pandemic. So there's business being done. Folks can see it. Our sister company, Career Transition Leads, has seen a bit of a pickup in lead flow, as well as, when the job market has issues, franchising rises, as a good 2/3 of franchise opportunities tend to be a job replacement type of opportunity anyway. So we're seeing definitely some very positives throughout, a lot of negatives out there too. But more than anything, the industry rallying together. You've seen the hashtag franchising stronger together. We feel like that really hits the message well. Michael, thank you for your words of wisdom. Anything else come to mind that Teriyaki Madness and your team would like to put out there for others to benefit from?
No, the one last thing for any consultants who are listening to this, um, get your ducks in order. Go ahead, get organized. Focus on folks who have experience in business and who understand that the opportunities will be there in a little while. Don't lose faith. And boy, just based on my experience through downturns, franchising is going to come roaring back almost beyond what you can imagine, as folks don't have that security of those jobs anymore. They're going to pursue their dream of that they've always had of owning their business, and that's all of our roles, is to help them accomplish that.
Brother, that's encouraging. I heard Ray Titus of United Franchise Group say just a few days ago, in the last 6 months of this year, we expect to do 12 months worth of business.
Yeah, yeah, so do we.
Yeah. I mean, we're all optimists on the entrepreneur world. You got to be. But boy, I thought that was profound and is going to be true for a whole lot of businesses. Michael Haith, founder, CEO of Teriyaki Madness, helping us in franchising stronger together. Thank you so much, Michael, for sharing your wisdom with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you, Red.
Absolutely, sir.